In the bustling city of New York, Millie Calloway, a young woman with a shadowed past, struggles to rebuild her life after serving time in prison for a crime she committed in self-defense. Now working as a housemaid for wealthy families, she takes pride in her discretion and efficiency, but her keen instincts often lead her to notice things others might overlook. Desperate for a new job after losing her previous one, Millie receives a call from Douglas Garrick, a successful CEO, who needs someone to care for his luxurious penthouse and assist his wife, Wendy, who is reportedly ill and confined to the guest room. Excited by the opportunity, which includes live-in accommodations, Millie arrives at the opulent apartment overlooking the city skyline, marveling at the elegance and wealth on display. Douglas, a polished and busy man, explains that Wendy prefers privacy due to her condition and rarely emerges from her room, instructing Millie to leave meals outside the door. As Millie settles in, preparing gourmet dinners and cleaning meticulously, she can't shake a faint unease, hearing muffled sounds from the locked guest room that don't quite align with someone simply being unwell. Her first few days pass smoothly, but Millie's past experiences with abuse make her hyper-aware of subtle signs, and she begins to wonder about the true dynamics in this seemingly perfect household. The bond she never expected starts forming subtly as she feels a protective instinct toward the unseen Wendy. As days turn into weeks, Millie grows more curious about Wendy Garrick, whom she has yet to meet face to face. Douglas travels frequently for work, leaving Millie alone in the vast penthouse, where she tidies rooms filled with expensive art and designer clothes. One evening, while leaving a tray of food outside the guest room door as instructed, Millie hears a soft whimpering that sounds like crying, stirring memories of her own traumatic history and the women she has secretly helped escape abusive situations in the past. Determined to investigate without overstepping, she knocks gently and introduces herself, assuring the woman inside that she is there to help with anything needed. To her surprise, the door cracks open slightly, revealing a glimpse of a bruised arm, confirming Millie's worst suspicions of domestic abuse. Wendy whispers fearfully, begging Millie not to tell Douglas, explaining that he has a temper and that her illness is a cover for the injuries he inflicts. Shocked but resolute, Millie promises discretion and begins leaving encouraging notes with the meals, building a tentative trust. This secret communication forms an unexpected bond between the two women, one born out of shared vulnerability and Millie's unwavering compassion. As Millie plots ways to help Wendy escape, she reflects on her own prison time and how it has made her a vigilante for the oppressed. Millie's relationship with Wendy deepens through whispered conversations and hidden messages, as Wendy shares horrifying details of Douglas's controlling behavior and physical violence. Millie, drawing from her experience aiding abused women with the help of her former ally Enzo, devises a careful plan for Wendy's escape, arranging a safe house and transportation. The penthouse, once a place of isolation, becomes a site of clandestine alliance, with Millie slipping Wendy supplies and information under the door. One night, when Douglas is away, Wendy finally emerges, her face marked with fresh bruises, and the two women sit together in the kitchen, talking for hours about freedom and survival. This face-to-face encounter solidifies their bond, an unexpected sisterhood forged in secrecy and mutual understanding, as Wendy confides her dreams of a life without fear. Millie feels a profound connection, seeing echoes of her younger self in Wendy, and vows to see the plan through no matter the risk. However, tension builds as Douglas returns unexpectedly early from trips, eyeing Millie suspiciously, making her realize the danger of their secret collaboration. The unexpected bond gives Millie purpose, reminding her why she continues this dangerous work despite her efforts to lead a normal life. The escape plan unfolds with Millie coordinating every detail, from timing Douglas's absences to preparing Wendy's belongings discreetly. On the designated night, with Douglas out at a business dinner, Wendy slips out of the guest room, trembling but determined, and Millie guides her to the service elevator for a quiet exit. Tears stream down Wendy's face as she hugs Millie tightly, thanking her for the courage and kindness that no one else has shown. This emotional farewell highlights the depth of their unforeseen bond, a connection that transcended employer-employee boundaries and became a lifeline for Wendy. Millie watches her leave, heart pounding with relief and anxiety, hoping Wendy reaches safety. Back in the penthouse alone, Millie cleans up any traces of the escape, preparing to face Douglas's questions. But when Douglas returns and discovers Wendy's absence, his reaction is oddly calm at first, then furious, accusing Millie of involvement. The plot twists as police arrive, and Millie finds herself under suspicion, her past conviction resurfacing to cast doubt on her innocence. The bond with Wendy now feels like a double-edged sword, pulling Millie into deeper peril. Accused of aiding in what Douglas claims is Wendy's unstable departure, Millie is questioned by authorities, but her alibi holds, and she is released. Confused and worried, she tries contacting the safe house, only to learn Wendy never arrived. Panic sets in as Millie realizes something went terribly wrong with the escape. Returning to the penthouse under scrutiny, she notices inconsistencies in Douglas's story, fueling her determination to uncover the truth. Meanwhile, flashbacks to Millie's prison days and her vigilantism reveal her complex moral code, where protecting the vulnerable justifies risks. The unexpected bond with Wendy haunts her, driving Millie to investigate secretly, sneaking into the guest room for clues and finding hidden items that suggest Wendy was planning more than just escape. As suspicion mounts, Millie contacts old allies for help, piecing together a puzzle that points to deception within the Garrick marriage. The connection she formed with Wendy, once a source of hope, now propels her into a dangerous quest for answers, blurring lines between helper and detective. Deeper into her investigation, Millie discovers evidence that Wendy had been in contact with another man, Russell, complicating the narrative of pure victimhood. Shocked, she confronts fragments of the truth, realizing the bruises might not all be from Douglas. The plot thickens with revelations from Douglas's secretary, whose husband is involved, exposing an affair that Wendy concealed. Millie's world spins as she understands she may have been manipulated, the bond she cherished perhaps built on lies. Yet, her empathy persists, wondering about Wendy's motivations and the pressures that led to deceit. Twists emerge as bodies are found, and accusations fly, pulling Millie into a web of murder and betrayal. The unexpected alliance with Wendy transforms into a catalyst for Millie's own confrontation with trust and judgment. Navigating police inquiries and personal doubts, Millie relies on her sharp wits, honed from years of survival, to untangle the secrets. Major revelations hit when it's uncovered that Wendy orchestrated a plot against Douglas due to a restrictive prenup and her affair with Russell, using Millie as a pawn to frame or eliminate him. The bruises were self-inflicted or staged, and the escape was part of a larger scheme gone awry. Millie, betrayed yet understanding the desperation behind Wendy's actions, grapples with mixed emotions about their bond. Confrontations ensue, with secrets exploding in dramatic fashion, involving poison, confessions, and vengeance from unexpected parties like Douglas's secretary Marybeth. Millie's role shifts from rescuer to target, then avenger, as she ensures justice in her unconventional way. The deep connection she never anticipated with Wendy ultimately reveals layers of human complexity, teaching Millie about the fine line between victim and perpetrator. In the climax, alliances shatter and reform, with Millie allying temporarily with unlikely partners to expose the full truth. Wendy's fate hangs in balance amid accusations of murder, as Douglas and Russell become victims of the elaborate deception. Millie's past skills come into play, orchestrating a resolution that protects the innocent while punishing the guilty. The bond, though fractured by lies, leaves a lasting impact on Millie, reinforcing her commitment to helping others despite the risks. Emotional reckonings occur, with confessions and farewells that add depth to the thriller's pace. As the dust settles, police close the case with Millie's subtle influence steering outcomes away from full scrutiny of her actions. Reflections on trust, redemption, and unexpected connections dominate Millie's thoughts, as she moves forward with her life, dating her lawyer boyfriend and pursuing education. The experience with Wendy, a bond born in secrecy and tested by betrayal, strengthens Millie's resolve and humanity. In the end, Millie emerges wiser, her secret vigilantism intact, ready for whatever comes next. The unforeseen bond with Wendy, complicated and profound, reminds her that human relationships are rarely black and white, blending empathy with caution in her ongoing journey. Life in New York continues, with new jobs and horizons, but the echoes of that penthouse drama linger, a testament to connections that change us forever.